Good morning. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another edition of the Morning Breeze, man. Always rocking with you guys, as always, man. Outside of me, I got my guy, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, in the building. That's right. Breeze Nation, what is good? It is your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love to another edition of the Morning Breeze. Joined as always by my co-host Jordan JC in the morning. A lot to get into on today's episode. New rule changes coming to the NFL potentially with the owners' meetings this upcoming week. And I think these directly affect the Chicago Bears and especially one, Caleb Williams. We'll talk about that. And speaking of Caleb Williams, Jordan JC, the Iceman maybe does not cometh. George Gerving saying it was mine first. You can't have it. I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. I love the Chicago just like, no, you can't have it. All that and more in today's episode. We got to talk about Illinois making the Final Four as well. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Big shout out to you guys for tuning in and showing love as always. Ooh. Little lung butter creeping up in there. Yeah, a little lung butter this morning. I don't know. Bruh, this time of year, man, the lung butter fighting through. Jesus. Got to clear it out like the old Ben Johnson. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Picking up what I'm putting down. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push the button.
You heard what she said.
Y'all heard what Sue Young said. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. JC, what's going on, my boy? Oh, yeah. I got thoughts. I love that. I got thoughts. Listen, well, of course, we want to start off the episode bringing you all of the news from yesterday. Plenty of Chicago sports news yesterday. Not much of it very good. The Chicago Cubs started their season getting absolutely rocked by, man, listen, by the Washington Nationals. I mean, I'll be honest with you, Matthew Boyd, very underwhelming in that game after a lot of hype around him because of how he played last season. You thought that. Now, I will say this. It might not just be Matthew Boyd. Remember, Matthew Boyd went to the World Baseball Classic as well. Didn't pitch, but did prepare himself, and so maybe changed up that offseason regiment. Someone else who did that yesterday, who 99% of people, if you are a gambling person, bet on to get over at least 5.5 strikeouts, and he didn't even get over 5.5 minutes in the game. Paul Skeens went out yesterday after getting rocked, and some speculation on how the World Baseball Classic affecting him. Although, I'm not going to lie to you, and this is a pet peeve of mine, that this doesn't have to do with Chicago sports, but I'd have cussed this dude out the second he got there. O'Neal Cruz, you play the outfield. There's sun out there. What should you have on your face? Some kind of sunglasses, something. You got to figure it out. I watched O'Neal Cruz see a pop-up go above him. He ran 4 feet in and then realized, oh, shoot, this is going to the wall. Where are you going? No, everyone else out there got sunglasses on. Very next play, pop up, sun right in his eyes. He has no idea what a ball is. He's just trying not to get hit in the face. Oh my God, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. So Skeens was pulled. A lot of people lost money. It was a hilarious day. The Chicago White Sox had a game yesterday. That's right. They got their butts kicked. Sweet Jesus. They lost 14-2 yesterday, but Mooney Murakami hitting his first career home run. Chase Mydroff led off the game with a moon blast off of Mizorowski. And I will tell you, I stood up losing my mind, screaming, going, that's how you start the season. And then I sat down for 11 straight Ks. Dominant. Well, it wasn't 11 straight, but it was 11 Ks after that. I guess I shouldn't have said 11 straight, but yeah, it was a dominant performance from Mizorowski yesterday, and the White Sox took an L. We will talk about the Fighting Illini, but the Fighting Illini advanced to the Elite Eight yesterday. Listen, I think that we are all stunned by what we saw that Illini team do defensively yesterday. We're not stunned by the offense that they were finally able to put on, but good on the Illini. We'll talk more about that as the show goes on. And that is your first wind, no matter how your first wind starts the day. A little breezy, a little open window, a little wind coming out of you. You never know. You never know. I'm going to get, I have a sounder in the works where it's going to be like, and that was the first wind. It's going to be like the breeze blowing. And just like, because I got it. I've got, hold on. I might be able to do it straight up on here. I got to see if I got everything. Hold on. And that is your first wind. Appreciate y'all, man. Let's talk a little bit of Bears here because we got rule changes, ladies and gentlemen, that I think could directly impact the team this upcoming season. George JC, to me, I think that with the owners' meetings coming up, it is very good to talk about this because most people look at rules and they go, oh, God, this is going to affect the Bears negatively. I think these changes are going to affect the Chicago Bears in such a positive way that I'm almost praying that some of these go through, especially with next season, the high potential that we're going to be living in the replacement refs era again. You remember that the last time we had that happening where you're getting a touchdown and a no incomplete pass at the same time. Some of the proposal modifications that will be kicking in and out. I mean, that's kicking the key word for most of these, with the rule changes, I'm to the point. Do away with kicking. Just start at the 25. It will allow kicking teams to declare an onside kick at any time during the game, rather than only when trailing or in the fourth quarter. Another proposed rule change would eliminate the kicking team's incentive to intentionally boot the ball out of bounds when kicking from the 40-yard line. And a third kickoff rule proposal calls for modifying the alignment requirements for receiving players in the setup zone, also on the table. And these are the ones I care about because the kicking rules, like at this point, I'm legit like, do away with kicking. F kickers. Like, sorry. Like, I mean, you could, field goals is fine. Because we're not, bro, you're trying to change all these rules to make it exciting. It's never gonna be what it was. You used to be able to wedge. You used to be able to cut block on like it's never gonna go back to the Devin Hester era. Listen, they didn't do it because of that. They didn't do it because Devin Hester was good at it. They didn't change the rules because Devin Hester was good at it. They changed the rules because they got hit with a lawsuit on concussions. And legitimately, the kickoff was just two armies lining up, running full speed at each other. Get up! You're on the next play. Oh, okay, I'm back. A lot of concussions on kickoff back in the day, bro. As we're going to legit war. Dang, y'all ain't been able to hear JC this entire time?
Are you serious?
That sucks. That's on me. I just looked at the chat. Everybody said we can't hear JC.
Oh,
that's all right. I think they can hear you now.
Can you hear me now? Good. Let me see. Oh, okay, yeah. I guess the chat is saying they're good.
That's tough.
Good. That's all right.
That is tough.
I wasn't meant to speak today.
That is tough. We've said so much.
That's all right.
Well,
just go ahead and wrap it up in a nutshell.
I said so much.
You did. He's on his David Ruffin right now.
JC, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. Glad to be here. Glad to be here. I like Breaking Trend's got the buffering signs in his
I know. That's actually hilarious.
That's good. Free from silence. Thank you.
I said it's about time you looked at the chat. You know what? My chat's not updating on here for some reason. I had to actually go to the YouTube to look at the chat. I was looking at JC. Don't worry about it. But here is the rule change for me that I think is going to affect the Chicago Bears. Most importantly, that's tough. There's an entire episode where they can't hear you, or an entire portion of the episode where they can't hear words you're saying. Cut that out for the podcast listeners. Dang, Baki said, we know JC was doing his usual talking and ain't saying nothing.
Okay.
Baki, all right, shots fired.
I got you.
He said another trade proposal on the table is to allow the league personnel to consult with on-field official when considering ejections for flagrant fouls or non-football acts, even if the infraction was missed on the field. This would be the only situation in which the NFL's control center could place a flag on the field. A fifth proposal would allow the NFL officiating department to correct clear and obvious missed calls by a referee, although that rule would only be implemented if there is a referee work stoppage and the league has to use replacement refs. So, to me, I look at this as an opportunity to finally get something right for quarterbacks in Chicago that hasn't happened for years. How many times last season did Caleb Williams take a late hit to the helmet? How many times last season did Caleb Williams running out of bounds get pushed late? How many times last season, or just over the history of our quarterbacks here, have we seen drives that should have been extended for things that just about every other quarterback gets called for, but Caleb Williams does not get those calls? To me, seeing a ref that is not on the field, that can see that that can see those plays that are clear late hits that are very obvious. And I'm talking about the egregious ones, right? There's some where it's bang bang and you miss it. Yeah, you gotta live with that. 50. Yeah, you gotta live with that, right? Like I'm not saying the ones where it's like it's a slide down, but again, this says flagrant fouls or non-football acts, which would be essentially, right, like last year, I don't know if it was the Packers or the Lions, one of them, but there was
one got knocked behind in the back.
Well, that one, I mean, that's still kind of, that is a late hit, but that's still kind of just football. But the one that stands out to me was there was a play, I think it was versus the Lions, where Caleb Williams, ball is out, plays downfield. Somebody just comes through and lights Caleb up and hits him to the ground. Mm-hmm. Caleb's looking around for the flag. All the refs are downfield watching the play. Mm-hmm. Nobody's looking at the quarterback in that situation. Sweet Jesus.
In that situation?
Nobody's looking at the quarterback in that situation. I think that in that moment, that is going to help and correctly impact the Chicago Bears in a direction that's going to move this offense in the right direction.
Yeah, when it's clear and obvious. I think that's like part of the unwritten rule of the game is sometimes referees or officials kind of overlook certain plays. especially with younger players, whether it's a younger quarterback or a receiver or whatever. You get a late hit on a player. Sometimes refs is like, hey, you got to put in your hours, young pup, before
Yeah,
we kind of
yeah.
really, there's that unwritten seniority rule where you putting in some time, because we've seen the Tom Brady's get wrapped up very lightly and get a flag called because it's Tom Brady versus the likes of a bigger quarterback like a Cam Newton back in the day, who would get completely obliterated. But it's like, well, you're big, you're strong, you can take it. You're in the mode of a running back, so we're not going to call as many egregious calls on you. Well, no, there should be some fairness involved when it comes to those type of hits and those type of like, again, unnecessary physical contact. And so for me, I think this is bringing a little bit more light and shedding some more light to bring fairness and a little bit more balance to the game, which will work in the Bears' favor. Because yeah, I agree. There have been plenty of times where I've seen Caleb get kind of knocked a little late, or he does a slide. I think it was one I remember where he slid for a first down and somebody hit him in his helmet.
Came over the top, hit him
Came
over
over
the
the
helmet.
top of his helmet, and he was looking around like, what's going on? And nobody called anything. We were yelling at the top of our lungs at that play. And so there needs to be some improvement, and hopefully this rule gets that going in the right direction.
To me, I look at this as, I don't want this to be a hindrance. I don't want it to slow down the game. I'll tell you what. It should be exactly what we saw, if you enjoyed opening day yesterday, with ABS.
I did.
It should be exactly what we saw with ABS. ABS was legitimately, I think you got the call wrong.
Yeah.
The catcher is challenging the call. Everybody looks at the scoreboard, sees the pitch.
Strike. Yeah.
Strike. Hey, good stuff. Boom. We're back on.
Yeah.
It should be that fast. We should not be going to a monitor. We should not be going to, it should be somebody in the refs here be like, you suck. That was you were looking right at it. You missed that one. Like that. That's together. All that it should be. I'm not asking for anything. And I'll be honest with you. I'm not asking for you to interfere if it's a play that we feel is one, but it's still within the confines of the game, right? Football's thrown, maybe like right off of the fingertips, ball is hit, they missed that. Welcome to football. Like, yeah, should that be a penalty? Sure. But there's certain elements of football that should still say football. To me, I want to see it for the egregious, like you mentioned, when Caleb was sliding last season, when the ball is well out of his hands, he's running up the field on the play to see what's happening. He gets a shot in the backfield, right? Like, those are the moments where I think it's going to be big. And I think this goes further than just Caleb Williams. The DJ Moore play, maybe you could throw in there. I kind of still feel lenient on that, and I think that sparked DJ to go out there and be dominant the rest of that game. The one for me, though, like I look at, imagine this rule being implemented for a player like Cam Newton when he was in, where refs literally just went, you're bigger than him. Why would we call that foul on you? Like, I think for Josh Allen, that's going to be very important this year, because Josh Allen kind of gets, hit with that, where it's like, you're the biggest dude, one of the biggest dudes out here. Like, you just got to kind of hold that. And you're a great quarterback. We're not going to give you a penalty on top of that. They're going to say we cheat. Now, the guys like Pat Mahomes get that call all the time, though. And again, you win a little, you get a little different flag when you win Super Bowls and you're a god. But I look at those moments where it's like, it just evens the playing field out. If you tell me we're getting one a game, I think that changes the game, especially for the Chicago Bears. How many times last year would that have changed a drive that we were driving well on? Maybe you start to stall, late hit. That should be a flag. We should have a first down. We get the reset and calm ourselves back down. No, we got to take that. You're off the field. We didn't see it. The refs literally were apologizing to Caleb after games. Like, my bad, we didn't see that. Especially his rookie year. His rookie year, he was getting murdered.
Well, yeah, he didn't have a line. Yeah, you got to clean those up. I'm sorry, you can't. There shouldn't be after the game we have to apologize to the quarterback for missing or on the job that we getting paid to do. Like, that's why so many sports are going to, the ABS system and having
Replaying,
robots
yeah.
possibly in the future of like because the human aspect is failing. And so again, hopefully, like I said, these rules, especially that one in particular, will get some good momentum, and I think it actually will be better for the game.
I am maybe I'm one of the few. Like, I get it. We got the history with all these refs and all that stuff, but I'm to the point with the NFL. I'm praying they don't get a CBA done with these muds and they go to full-time refs.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me so mad that I got a lawyer on the field calling football.
Yeah,
and it's not. Listen, there's always been that. It's not like you can't have good ones that are doing it, but I feel like the gap of the guys that are great at that job, it has disappeared completely.
You need full-time rooms.
It is rough.
You need full-time rooms. Yeah.
Outside of that, though, I mean, listen, those are the rule changes. We'll see what we get from the owners' meetings. For the first time in a long time, JC, the Tush push is not under attack.
It's not being banned. Yeah.
You know why? Because the Bears broke it.
That's right. Nation right.
He really did, bro. They stopped running that play after that. Yeah. It was like, oh, you mean if somebody just runs around the side and grabs the football, like you could lose it?
That'll do it.
We'll never run that again, huh, boys? I think it's also just what's their center? He was on a podcast recently.
Jason Kelce.
No, not Jason Kelce. Jason Kelce retired 2 years ago, JC.
I thought you were talking about when they were doing the Tush push.
No, they were doing the Tush push last year.
Were you talking about
why can I not think of his name right now? Freaking Cam Jurgens.
Okay.
He was on a podcast the other day and was like, I had moments after the Tush push where I couldn't get up because I was basically just getting smashed in between. There's no great way for this to sound. I was basically just getting smashed in between a bunch of dudes, and it was painful for me. Like, it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy, but
I would have not said that on the podcast.
Hey, listen. There's no great way to say it. He was like, bro, like I was so beat up from the Tush push. I don't know how Cam Jurgens or how Jason Kelce did this, but like it was
because you got to get lower.
Yeah,
normal just to kind of get under the rest of the
and it's you're pulling yourself forward as a bunch of people are smashing you into the face of someone else. There's no great way to talk about the Tush push, bro. It's all a pause.
It's just a bunch of brothers.
It's all a pause. Yeah, man. Steve-O said sounds like a Diddy dream.
It's bad. That's hilarious.
Listen, there's no great way to talk about football without it sounding like a pause, if we're being honest here.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of bad lingo. Hilarious.
And the fact that Jurgens was the guy that said it, I think that also makes it a little tough. So yeah, man. But nah, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to Show Love. Hit the like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let us know how you guys feel about the rule changes in the comments below. Shout out to you if you're watching this on replay and you made it past the part where JC can't talk. Welcome to the podcast.
On purpose.
Bet you'll drive in the rain next time. No, I'm playing.
Oh, no. Is that what it is?
It is funny. It is funny, our mindset, because the storms came through and y'all get a little worse than we get.
We were definitely worse this way.
The storms came through and I swear to God it lasted 20 minutes. I was like, we could have been doing a show right now. Like, there's nothing here. Like,
for everybody that doesn't know,
I was like, this is pretty nice, actually. It's a nice cooling breeze. Yeah. Maybe that's how we finish the show now, the cooling breeze. Oh. No, man. Something else that happened this weekend that had JC a little hot and bothered.
Oh, sick of this.
Ready to, I mean, if we had the show yesterday, you and Drew would have just been fighting over this.
Yeah, old man versus young YN, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call you YN.
No, I'm not. I'm more unk status now.
Yeah. You've reached unk status. But Caleb Williams had filed for the Iceman trademark. Listen, he became the Iceman last year. It's a nickname that he knows he can run with and make a ton of money off of. People are making a bunch of logos and different things off of how Caleb has played. Of course, they've done the Jordan logo lookalike with the Iceman logo. And I think that there's a lot of good there that Bears fans could benefit merch-wise from that, right? And we know Caleb wants to make his money off of that. But George Gervin, former Chicagoan George Gervin, Chicago Bull George Gervin, said, hold on, Pimp. There is only one Iceman. And we can't.
So I'm about to put some shade.
Oh, here we go. And we can't be. Listen, I think he also gave Caleb his flowers. He said Caleb's a phenomenal athlete. He showed it last year.
Compliment.
But you can't have that Iceman title, my boy. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. JC, your thoughts?
I'm not trying to hear that. Now that's a backdoor compliment by the old Iceman. George Gervin, you had 30,000 years to patent this doggone name if you really cared that much about it. And you didn't even do your own homework. Back when you thought it was already trademarked and patented under you, apparently your legal team dropped the ball because someone passed away or there was like a discrepancy during that period where everybody already thought you had the control over the name and Iceman 44, but you didn't do your homework. Now all of a sudden when some young man who plays a totally different sport, not even basketball, we're talking football, does something that everybody gets behind and celebrates, you want to give this backdoor compliment all of a sudden that, good job, young man. You're doing your thing. You put yourself on the map this year. You come up clutch in those situations, but there's only one guy who's the Iceman. I mean, we got that covered already. Sorry. Why all of a sudden do you care? Why do you care so much? This screams trying to be relevant, trying to put yourself in the limelight again. This screams like the Scottie Pippen route when he put out a book and a wine just because he was butthurt over Michael Jordan. I feel like George Gervin is being a little bit influenced by his legal team. There had to be somebody that got in his ear and say, hey, we can attack this thing and get a little money off this and take advantage of this situation. Let the man enjoy the fact that he is the new Iceman. This shouldn't even be an issue. Now, all of a sudden, there's going to be a stalemate between these guys. And then from what I'm hearing, Courtney Cronin is saying apparently that Chuck Liddell, the MMA fighter formerly, also had the same moniker as well, but you didn't have a problem with him doing it or being called Iceman for all those years he was dominating in his sport. Now you're attacking the Chicago quarterback. So for me, I think it's one of those get off my lawn type of things. I stand by Caleb Williams. I don't care what anybody else says.
Stand by is crazy.
I stand by.
He's not going through a racial trial in the 60s, bro.
That's right. I stand by.
I stand by Caleb Williams. All right, Jackie Robinson.
Okay, fine. I'm not getting all political. What I'm saying is that I agree that Caleb should get first dibs at getting it patented. You all of a sudden 4 days later want to like jump into action. You should have been took care of this if it really mattered. That's my point, is let the man breathe and just have the nickname.
Well, see, it's different though, right? You can have a nickname. You can't have the money from the nickname. Like here's where I understand it. When you say Iceman, you don't think of Caleb. You don't.
I don't think of George Gervin.
100%. If you're an NBA fan at all, and I say Iceman, you think of George Gervin. Let's not even cap on this.
Yes.
He is an NBA Hall of Famer. He is an NBA great. He is an all-time legend. He's one of the best players to ever dribble a basketball. You think of George Gervin. Yeah. We're not going to disrespect George Gervin.
Ain't no disrespect. It's just,
Chuck Liddell did not file to take the nickname and make money off of it. Now, I don't know if George Gervin, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know that he's got a merch line where it's like Iceman is him holding 2 basketballs. Got to say that right. But we're not gonna pretend like when I call somebody the Iceman that we don't think of George Gerving. Now,
Steve said, I think of Chuck Liddell, to be honest, Pat.
I think that says more about you, Steve-O, than anything. I think that says more about you than anything. Now, I will say this, though. I think that Caleb should take the legal battle as far as he can because, like you said, George Gerving dropped the ball. You don't want it to be beef. You want it to be love. But at the end of the day, it is about money. And if you drop the ball and you didn't pick up the trademark, GG's, that's on you. But I don't want it to become this, Chicago is all against George Gervin. I mean, George Gervin was a bull and was balling here with Michael Jordan. Like, there was, like, to me, I look at the nickname and I think that nicknames can have different iterations. But, like, for us, let's and here's the flip side of it. Let's say Melo let the trademark lapse and LaMelo wanted the trademark Melo. We on LaMelo's side? Are we rocking with LaMelo saying, oh, you the new Melo? No, you not. You're LaMelo. You ain't good enough to be Melo.
Mm-hmm.
Melo wasn't just Melo because his name was Carmelo. That was a bar a little bit. Mm-hmm. He was also that because of how calm and collected he was in the clutch.
Sure.
So if all of a sudden LaMelo Ball came out and he was like, oh, well, that old dude that used to play basketball, he ain't here no more. So I'm Melo now.
Yeah.
It's it wrong with you every time they call LaMelo Melo.
You're right, but it's levels to this. LaMelo hasn't accomplished what Caleb Williams, in a sense, has accomplished, or we think he will accomplish.
LaMelo is legitimately going to accomplish what Caleb Williams has accomplished this season.
No.
100%. He's going to make the playoffs. He's probably going to compete in a round, and he's going to get eliminated.
I'm talking about just the legend of Caleb Williams and what it will mean when he eventually gets a Super Bowl here to the Chicago Bears. What it will mean to the city, the clutch moments. Like, you don't think of LaMelo in clutch moments as Iceman, like or I should say as Melo in a sense. But for me, I feel like he's taken on that moniker because of his in-game situations when the lights are the brightest, when the moment is the heaviest, the throw to Cole Kmet, where, again, if we win that game, that is the greatest throw in NFL playoff history. I don't care what you say.
Sure.
So for me, it's like, again, I think you're just taking advantage of the moment. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm not saying that, okay, that's not the smart thing to do. Legally, business-wise, okay, fine. You want to just jump at something?
Caleb should go take it to court if you need to.
Take it to court. And I appreciate that. From what I'm seeing now, there hasn't been no response from Caleb. I'm sure maybe, in his own mind.
Court.
Huh?
Because we're going to court.
Yeah, well, so he's keeping quiet about that. I see a lot of people in the chat bringing up different names. I forgot Val Kilmer in the Top Gun. Val Kilmer, Iceman. he had D'Lo when he was on the Brooklyn Nets. He was Iceman talking about
again.
Like, come on.
He not saying you can't have the nickname.
No, he said you can get paid off of it.
You can't get paid off of this nickname.
You should have been put the patent in, George. Say, George. Get out the way, George.
Listen, I love it because it's just like, to me, the legality of it is going to have to play out. Technically, you're right. George Gervin, you missed your opportunity to re-up on the patent again. Yeah. I don't think that he really has a leg to stand on. It truly would have to be Caleb Williams kind of screwing over George Gervin, which if he does, he does. Like, yeah.
Or he takes the high road and says, oh, you got it, old man. I got you.
But even that, like, it's like, I look at that. The business side of it is different. But I feel like, right, all the things that you said LaMelo hasn't accomplished, George Gervin has. George Gervin was great. George Gervin was at the top of the league. There was a reason he was called the Iceman, because he had the ice in his veins as well. So, like, to me, it's like the nickname itself, if it stops there, It is what it is. The part for me that I think everybody's like, we don't even recognize you as the Iceman. That's the part that irritated me. It was like, yes, we do. When I hear Iceman, I don't think of Caleb Williams. Just like when I hear Melo, I don't think of LaMelo Ball.
I'm not gonna lie, I do think of Caleb because that's like that's the most recent thought. I didn't watch George Gervin play basketball. I understand the legend. I've heard of George Gervin plenty of times. I know who he is, but he's not my era. So the first person that comes to mind is is this. So I can only go off of what I know from my generation, from my era. And also why if that's the case, if it's about money, why isn't George Gervin attacking Drake? Drake took the Iceman out. He's making plenty of money off of it. Why isn't he attacking the guy that made the mob movie, Iceman? The guy that played Superman's brother.
What is Drake doing in Iceman?
He's calling himself Iceman. He called himself Iceman in the What Did I Miss? He called himself. He's making money off of it. That's all I'm saying. Is you want to attack people, attack everybody else.
I guess I don't view saying it in a rap song that I'm the Iceman is.
He literally calls himself the Iceman. Though,
yeah,
now.
but again, the name itself don't equal money.
Drake is making plenty of money off of it.
Yes, in the song, but the name itself, you like the trademark equals the money. Again, go to court. If you win, you win.
I'm sick of it.
That's where I'm at with it. Go to court. If you win, you win. Like like
his next album is Iceman. Thank you. Yeah, it's not just a song; it's the album cover.
Oh, okay. His next album is called Iceman. Bro, I'm sorry.
I don't. You knew that.
I'm not keeping up with everything Drake is doing, bro.
I guess we see who's not a Drake fan. Okay.
I'm not. It's not that I'm not a Drake fan. I'm probably gonna listen to the album. But like, I'm not sitting here like day in, day out. I know everything about Drake. I listen to music when it come out. Listen, there's a lot of music that's out there.
It is a lot of music.
Oh,
it is.
Are we gonna pretend on stream that we're not gonna listen to the new Kanye, even though we're probably gonna listen to the new Kanye?
I'm always the Kanye fan. I don't care if he's
listen. The
what?
When he dropped the German Leader song, I'm not gonna say his name on the stream because I don't want to get canceled. Yeah, I mean, I was like, all right, we out. Yeah, all right,
listen,
I'm out.
That is a little too far.
But then, he dropped that apology, and I was like, I might be back in. I think I'm back in.
He knows how to pull it out.
Awesome, hey man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Show love, hit the like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let us know how you guys feel on the Iceman debate. Do you feel like Caleb Williams is getting screwed in? I think the other thing you said you think he's just trying to be relevant. I don't think I think he literally woke up one day and was like, hey, wait a minute, hold on, pimp. That's kind of my money. I might need that. That's right. And I wonder if there's got to be some kind of merch that he's getting off of that.
I don't.
There's got to be something down there because it's like, why are you fighting for the trademark if it's just the nickname?
I really think it's his legal team that prompted him to act. Somebody had to get in his ear and say, "Hey,
bro, George Gervin." Listen, here's the thing. George Gervin played in the 70s.
Yeah.
80s. Not 70s. What is he? Yeah, 70s, 80s, and a little bit of he retired in the 80s. Because I know he played a year with Jordan, but I don't think he made it. I think 89 was his last year, 88. You think he got a legal team? Have you met any of them 70s and early
LLC holdings?
Bro, have you met any of them 70s and early 80s players, bro? That mug walked into a regular law office and was like, what y'all do? Can y'all help me? He living how the rest of us living, bro. He ain't doing bad. But he definitely ain't got a full-on legal team. He ain't doing that good. Listen, if you can get the name, Caleb. Shout out to you, man. That's how I feel about it. Let us know how you guys feel in the comments below. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. The nickname is his. Yeah, unfortunately, you get what you get. The nickname is his. It's not going nowhere. He's the new Iceman. Like, deal with it. Will the money be his is the question. Let's finish it off with this, George JC. As
what do we got?
Listen, I don't know if you were like me last night, but I was sitting right here in the chair that JC normally sits in.
That's right.
And I was in disbelief at the
Really?
level of defense that we saw from the Fighting Illini last night, how they absolutely shut down Houston. I mean,
they did it Houston on Houston, yeah.
I'll be honest with you, bro. I haven't seen a Cougar get done that bad since.
Oh. You watch it. You watch it. Don't you start.
Sorry. Keep this show PG. And Illinois, after last night is moving on to the Elite Eight. An opportunity to get to the Final Four. They will play Iowa, who I'm kind of like, I shouldn't be scared because they have shown that they can beat teams that they're way better than, and they have shown that they can beat teams that are as tough as Houston. Houston was one of the best teams in the competition. There was conversation that Houston could have gotten to the national championship.
Yeah.
Going up against Iowa, bro, Illinois might be in the Final Four for the first time since Darren Williams was on the court.
Since they got to the finals. Yeah.
And there's a real opportunity for them to get to the national championship this year, which feels wrong because of this team and because of how they played all year and because how I've literally just been like, y'all could. When the tournament started, I think I was on the breeze and I said this. I was like, this is a team that if they lock in and they play the way that their talent level says they could play, they could be in the national championship.
There you go.
But I wouldn't have been surprised if they got eliminated in the first round by Penn. I'd have been like, well, yeah.
By Penn, yeah, that would be
because they wouldn't show up in some of those moments where it was like, I need you to show up in this big moment. I need you to play your game in this big moment. Last night they played their game and Houston's game in a big moment. It's the best basketball game I've seen from Illinois in a long, long time. I mean, the Io DeSumo Illinois team was dominant. So like, them getting to the Elite Eight, I felt like they should have gotten to the Final Four, and they underwhelmed a little bit when they got into that Elite Eight game. This team, to me now, is finally playing to the level of talent, and when you get hot in the tournament, you can go a long way.
Didn't the last time it was Io and Kofi, wasn't it versus Loyola?
No.
Where they just got completely killed on defense by Loyola?
No.
I thought it was Loyola.
Illinois.
Io and Kofi played against Loyola, and they just got completely taken advantage of on defense. Like the zone and the screen, the defensive scheme.
Beat by Loyola?
Yeah, I remember that because it pissed me off so much that they got beat by Loyola.
Advanced to the Elite Eight. No, we lost to Connecticut, bro.
There was a year we got beat by Loyola. I know that for sure.
2024. No, that's 2024. Hold on. Yeah, that's right, though. Oh, maybe it was Loyola.
I know we got beat by Loyola.
No, you're right, because the team that made the Elite Eight, I was wrong. I said I would assume the team that made the Elite Eight had Danger on it. So that would have been.
Oh, that would have
Coleman,
been the
Hawkins. Yeah, that was 2024. So that's the last team. Oh, so maybe they did get beat by Loyola.
Yeah. Before that was the surprise because they thought that, okay, we're just going to run over them, and they had their number the whole game. And they were making unworldly shots as well on the other end. But I digress. This Illinois team, and I've told you before when we talked about it last week, they're different to me because they have so much versatility. Like those teams of old, when you have your two superstars in Coburn and DeSumo and TSJ and Danger and Trenton. Those guys were good, but they didn't put it all together because if you stopped one aspect of their game, you pretty much had Illinois beat.
Well, you're putting two teams together, JC.
Huh?
You're putting two teams together. Kofi wasn't on that team.
No, I said Kofi and Io.
Oh, separate teams. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I thought
you were putting two teams together. No, that was the last team that made the Elite Eight was Hawkins, Marcus Damask, TSJ,
right,
the obvious one that we missed, TSJ, Danger. Who else is on there? I'm missing somebody. Ty Rogers. What's Ty Rogers?
Who, by the way, is still on the team. He's not being used. You do realize he's just a bench player now. Ty Rogers was supposed to be cold.
Bro, I did not.
He's on the team. I see him sitting on the bench. When it was like the opening of, I'm like, I know that face. He was supposed to be like the defensive stalwart for the team. And Brad Underwood was like, "Yeah, we don't need you this year. We got a bunch of Euros we're gonna play." So
I did not
no, but
realize he was still on the team. Has he
Ty
played a
Rodgers
minute
is
this
still
season?
on the
He is
team,
on the
dude.
team.
He's on the team, bro. They don't use him, and he was supposed to be really
No,
good.
he must be a coach, bro. His
No,
last stats are 23-24.
I swear he's a player. I swear he's a player, bro.
If he on the team, it ain't showing up under that. Maybe he hasn't logged a single minute, but
No, that's what I'm saying. He has not touched the floor. I don't know if they just say this is not the year you're going to play, or I don't know what happened.
He a junior too. Yeah,
Bro,
he should be on the team.
He was supposed to be like that dude on the squad, a do it all guy, the Jimmy Butler type of the team. But no,
Nasty.
anyway, Illinois is to me, it's not a surprise that they beat Houston, because again, like you mentioned, they have the talent, and then when you put it all together, if they just remain disciplined and consistent throughout games, especially when they get off to a hot start, they pretty much have your number. If they get off to a hot start offensively and they find a way to match that up with the other side of the court and play sound defense, that's the recipe for success for this team. I've told you before, when they get in those close games at the end of the game, the clutch moments, Brad Underwood is not a good coach in coaching that up. They kind of lose their footing. But when you have a 10-point lead, an 8-point lead going into like 3 minutes left in the game, and I believe it was as much as 16. I saw 41-25 at some point. Like, that's when they're going. What you got? What you remember?
I forgot about this. He tore his patella tendon.
Ty did?
Remember at the I think it was the end of the 24 season, he tore his patella tendon.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So
because I'm like, why
year.
are you on the bench?
Yeah.
I was so confused. Okay. Well,
yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I'm impressed with their aspect of the game. Again, Keaton Wagler having a double-double, grabbing a bunch of rebounds, like impacting the game in a different way. I think Merkovich has become the biggest presence for this team. It used to be Wagler, as far as with his scoring as a freshman, but I think David Merkovich affects so many different ways in the different aspects of the game. Whether it's, you saw him get on the break, he can obviously set his teammates up. Very good passer, can shoot the three. Again, I told you before, he doesn't get sped up. It seems as if he's playing an NBA level, pro ready type of game where everything is calm and collected all the time. Then you got the Avicic brothers. I believe the older brother did a real good job of kind of like having that back to the basket game yesterday, where he put up a good amount of points. Yes. So you got all that is again a recipe for success. Now you're playing a team that knows you and you know it. And I think that's where the scare is that you all are both in the Big Ten. And so this could go either way, because you kind of know each other's strengths, you know each other's weaknesses. However, in the past 10 games, I believe the Illini have won 10 straight. I want to say they've won 10 straight over Iowa in the regular season. And the last outing, I believe it was 71-65, and you beat them at their place. So there's a recipe again for you to win against them. You got to make your free throws. I think they were only 12 of 21 versus Houston. You got to make your free throws,
bro.
You got to make those.
Don't get me started on. Yeah. Don't get me started on Kylan Boswell, bro.
Did he miss three?
Oh my God, I was pissed.
In clutch?
I was pissed, bro.
Yeah.
I was sitting down here.
Got to make your free throw.
Losing my mind. Now, I ended up going 6 for 10 for the day. But I literally was down there. I was like, bro, like,
when it matters.
You really about to sell us in this moment. You really about to sell us in this moment.
Yep.
But no, listen, I looked at last night's game. I thought that you showed that you could beat anybody. Am I going to sit here and pretend like there's not teams better than Houston out there? No. Like, Michigan, to me, is the best team in the tournament. I think Michigan is probably the team that makes the national championship. If Michigan don't make the national championship, it's because of Michigan. Like, they didn't show up to play in that moment. But last night, I think what you saw from Ivicic and Mirkovic in the paint, how they played defensively so well, how Wagler and Boswell closed out in really big moments. I thought the switching last night between Jake Davis and Wagler was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that they did a great job rotating on defense and making things tough. Peja, you got to show up to every single game at this point because your boy only plays well when you're in the building.
Driving to that basket. Yeah.
And Peja looked good. I was looking at Peja last night. Look at Peja.
A little salt and pepper hair. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Peja was looking rough when he was running the Kings, bro. Peja was looking bad when he was running the Kings. I was like, Jesus. Like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. You gotta relax. I mean, but I said that last night, and Ringo was like, well, he was running the Kings. I was like, you know what? Points are made.
Yeah, stress.
Points have been made. There's a lot of stress there. But I felt like we hadn't seen Illinois play that level of defense all season.
Yeah.
Can you continue to do that? You needed to do it for this game. If you do that versus Iowa, they're dead.
Yeah.
If you do that versus Michigan, it's a close game because what it does is, and I think you saw it last night, the offense took a hit. Illinois got one of the best offenses in the country. If not, I think the second best offense
most efficient,
in the country.
I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you look at last night, the offense didn't look nearly as efficient until it needed to. Your defense wore Houston down to the point where all of a sudden you just needed a little bit more offense than them, and you have the talent to get just a little bit more offense. And that, to me, is what makes this Illinois team dangerous. It's why I truly believe we might be watching Illinois in the Final Four with an opportunity to go to the national championship this year if they continue to play that way. But you cannot take the foot off of the gas. And the one thing that they showed us, like early in the tournament, the first two tournament games that Illinois played, they literally went, we're the better basketball team. We're going to outplay you. We're going to out-hustle you. We're going to beat you by 50.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're going to make sure that you remember the day that you played the Fighting Illini.
You blitz all
night. I am in disbelief as an Illini fan. I am stunned as an Illini fan.
I know.
I didn't think that Elite Eight was it. I thought for sure this was the game.
Was it. Yeah.
It was going to be, we're going to try to outshoot you, outscore you. You adjusted your game to the game they want to play, and you beat them at it. That is an elite team. If you can continue to do that, national championship is not out of the realm of possibility. Let us know how you guys feel on the Illini making this run in the comments below. Let us know about all the conversation that we had on today's episode because, listen, the Iceman cometh.
Iceman, baby.
But which one's going to show up? For Mr. Media himself, George JC, it is your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. C-Red Nation, stand up. Stand up. One love. I don't know why I live with C-Red Nation, stand up.
Yeah, George. Come on, George. Get out the way, George.
I just love JC. I stand with Caleb Williams. I side with the Iceman. I don't think this has any implications on the war.
Stand with the house of Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I think we're good.